I've long maintained that Nicole Kidman is one of our last weirdo movie stars. She is so fearless and unafraid of the roles she picks, of the subject matter surrounding the films she selects. I think she really naturally gravitates and embraces subject matter that might seem taboo, and she dives in headfirst. And Baby Girl is absolutely no different. In Baby Girl, Nicole Kidman plays Rami, this all powerful, super successful CEO. She seemingly has everything. You know, she's at the top of her game in her career. She has a great family. She has a husband who loves and adores her. Yet something is missing, specifically when it comes to her more intimate life. And so, while navigating the world utterly unfulfilled in that area, she begins an extramarital affair with one of her company's interns, played by Harris Dickinson. This movie really works, specifically the more intimate moments between Rami and the intern Samuel, because of Nicole Kidman's go for broke performance. She throws herself head first into these scenarios, but in doing so, she wears Rami's vulnerability like a second skin. We can really see the inner turmoil going on in her head as this woman is undergoing a journey of self-discovery amidst a forbidden affair, and that reads clear as day. She is constantly oscillating between pleasure and shame, sometimes within the same breath. I think it's a really powerful performance, and I think her performance is elevated by Dickinson's ever-increasing star power. I've loved this man since Beach Rats. I've had my eye on him as one to watch for a while, and I just think he really ups his game here. Every single scene he's in, he just infuses with this quiet charisma that's gonna make the audience fold every time he mumbles "good girl." He's got this like glimmer in his eye that just kind of flickers with a silent knowing as he peels back the layers of Kidman's character. And while this is like an awakening for Rami, this is almost a game for Samuel. And you can really see it in Harris Dickinson's ability to just turn on a dime from coy and suave to suffocating. And I just love that he built Samuel to be equally captivating and watchable without ever overpowering Rami. The real magic happens when they are alone together. I think they have a very intricate and complicated dynamic, and it's confusing, but it's palpable and electric, and they really craft that chemistry well. It almost feels like an intricate dance watching them together. There's like a push and a pull. It's mercurial, but absolutely meticulous. I do think the secret weapon of this movie, however, is Antonio Banderas, and I wish he was in more of the awards conversation. What a performance. Because amidst all the erotic exploration, his character infuses this film with this melancholic ache. She's undergoing this liberation and self-discovery while he's steadily learning that he doesn't understand his wife as deeply as he thought. And I love that that character kind of represents how their disconnect isn't due to a lack of love or effort. I think a lot of times in movies like these, like one part of the partnership is very clearly not giving an effort, very easy to not root for. But here, like, they both love each other very much. They both try. They are both showing up. Halina Reijn is diving into, like, these murky waters about how, like, sometimes that isn't enough. And, like, we do need a connection, and we do need to tap into desire. Desire is as fulfilling as love, you know? And I think that's what I loved about Halina Reijn's script and direction. She really paints this movie with these complicated, intricate shades. We are exploring desire and pleasure and connection, and they all merge into these dynamic, thrilling moments that really sing. Halina Reijn molds this powerful female character who is fully in charge, but also craves a more submissive role when it comes to intimacy, but is also grappling with the fact that she feels shame from wanting that. Also, while acknowledging and honoring the shame, Halina Reijn is also pushing back at labeling that as anti-feminist and shameful. I also think in tackling connection, like I said earlier, she steers away from the obvious route of making the husband like very unlikable, very much someone you root against, and shows a couple that is madly in love with each other but isn't like connecting on each other's needs. I do think those bold strokes really overshadow some of the other attempts to tackle like power dynamics. I think we are presented with very interesting power dynamics and very interesting ideas, and I do think they get really interesting when we get to the third act, but sometimes it feels like we're going in circles with the power dynamics and we never get to like fully culminate or flesh those out. However, despite some themes getting tangled in the web, everything Halina Reijn is doing feels purposeful, intentional, and confident. Love the hazy, dreamlike cinematography, and I loved the score. All of it like really immerses you in the fantasy and the eroticism of it. I loved it. I don't think this is a perfect movie, but the longer I think about it and compile my thoughts, the more I do love it. And I think it's really important to have your expectations set. I think this movie is being marketed as an erotic thriller. And while it does explore eroticism, it goes much deeper than that. It is exploring a lot of things, and it is this like melancholic fantasy at its core. But I really do think it is a movie that will dig underneath your skin and stay with you all holiday season long. I think the cast are all operating at 10s, and I think Halina Reijn is further solidifying herself as someone to watch as a director. I give this 4 stars.